starting it?
You're
Or?
starting it?
No, you.
I don't know what to say.
No, do I?
I'm shy. So a while ago we asked you to send us any questions either on Facebook or YouTube questions, and we're here, and Pippa and Dan are going to ask the questions that you asked us, and we're going to try our best to answer them truthfully and honestly.
You're right. Do you want me to say who the questions are from?
You can. Yes,
Okay.
Oh, sit down.
George from Too Born to Travel asks, if you could take the van to any country in the world and travel around, which country would you go to?
You just want to be in the video, don't you? Over to you.
Well, on previous holidays, I used to travel quite a bit, extensively. So, Scandinavia would be good. Iceland would be good.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Iceland.
Anywhere, if you could transport it to Nepal. Well, that's more trekking, I suppose, rather, because they don't have the roads.
Wouldn't get it up the mountain.
New Zealand, that's where I'd like to go.
Australia, and I lived for a little while in Zimbabwe, and I'd love to drive around.
Is that Africa?
Proper Africa.
Oh. I've been to Africa.
I'd love to drive around Zimbabwe and show Keith all the places I saw, including Victoria Falls, Kariba.
Right, thank you very much. So the next one is from, and forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong, Sue Bogue asks, what is the overall height and length of your van, and how is it for parking? Are there car parks that you can't go into? Cornish roads are very narrow. How did you find them?
Hold that thought.
Well, we'll put the height and
No, Pippa can, if she reaches into the glove box, there's a little thingy
card
in there.
We have got a card with the height and the dimensions of the van, so if we're not
Oh,
sure,
now that's very organised.
it came. To be honest, it came with it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So the vehicle dimensions, I'll do it in English and then I'll do it in foreign. 8'1" height, and in foreign, 2,484 millimeters. Width in English, 7'7", or 2,359 millimeters, and the length, 19'4", or 5,899 millimeters.
So basically, we're 2.5 meters high.
Thank you.
2.25 meters wide, and 5-something meters long. So it's quite a big vehicle. The second part of it was parking. Car parks, was it?
Yeah.
Car parks, is there anywhere you can't park?
Most car parks we can't park. Normally because they've got the barriers across.
Barriers.
We've found some that the guys let us in. Certainly down in Cornwall, they opened the barriers up and let us in. But it's usually find somewhere, can't we?
Yeah, and if we can't find anywhere, we'll just move on.
Multi-storey car parks, there's no way, and we're used to that anyway because of the Land Rovers. They don't go in multi-storey car parks. Cornish lanes,
They were fun.
They do get you do get scratched.
We've got some extra scars on the van from Cornwall,
and there's only one very narrow bend that we got caught on, really, and we had to shunt it round
and reattach the bumper.
Yeah,
slightly.
it pinged the bumper out of its clips, but apart from that, not too bad.
Kev, Wandering Womble, asks, when are you going to full-time van life? Would you fit a shower? And don't say you've got one in the back of the van, you can't really use that in -10. And is your van really big enough for 2 men and 2 biggish dogs? I'm going to make that 3 dogs.
Yeah.
And would you prefer a box ambulance to get the space you need?
I've always not wanted to go full time. It's Daryl that had the ideas that we would go.
I wanted to go full time, but after Cornwall, or while down in Cornwall, after nearly 3 weeks down there, I decided no, I wouldn't like to go full time. I like being able to go home and have home comforts, and no matter how much we get on, sometimes it's nice to get away from each other, and being on top of each other all the time in this confined space would be too much, and I think for anyone it would drive them mad after a while, wouldn't it? So no, we wouldn't go full time.
Shower?
No. We had a shower in our original Talbot and it just became a dumping ground for boots,
Wet
and
weather stuff,
coats, and all sorts.
dog
in
food. And
Yeah,
everything.
so we never used it as a shower anyway. The time we're away, we can have we found in Cornwall that we can have an ample wash in the sink with
Yeah,
a flannel, good old strip wash.
We say, like, go back to your old days, the old days. Your granddad, your mum, your dad didn't have a bath or a shower every day. It was strip washes, wet wipes, flannels, whatever. And
Well, I mean, when we're up in the Scotland, it was all wet wipes.
yeah,
And I think I now prefer just filling the sink with some water and having a proper wash there.
Yeah.
Rather than the wet wipes.
I mean, yes, we have got the shower in the back, the one that we plug into a cigarette lighter. We've never used it, have we?
Once
Have we?
Yeah.
Okay.
in
Oh,
Yorkshire.
yeah, but no, it's not worth it. So, and it takes up too much room, space we can use.
Although we have seen in some of the vans we've done tours recently, quite innovative use of space and shower. If making a shower, it can be collapsed and things. So,
Or George's bath.
or George's bath, yeah.
And the size for the dogs?
Never been a problem. I mean, when we had the old Talbot, we had 4 dogs in it, 4 collies in it. Not a problem. You just adapt and get used to it. They get used to us, we get used to them.
They move when you start treading on them.
Yeah.
So
We move, they start treading on us.
with the puppy at the moment, it's a bit of a trip hazard because he's under your feet all the time.
But he's got used to it
But
pretty quick as well. So.
He'll grow.
Next question.
Oh no, it was a box ambulance.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Change to a box ambulance. No,
No,
we like this.
yeah, I think we got enough room here.
Excellent. Number plate guy asks, if you had to start van life from scratch all over again, what van would you choose, and how would you how would your layout change, if at all?
Been asked this several times, haven't we? And having gone from the small Talbot to
A smaller Land Rover.
the Land Rover, and then to this, I don't think we'd change this really.
No.
I'm quite happy with a Renault Master that sort of size,
It's economical.
long wheelbase, easy to drive. There's no real hassle driving it, and the layout. Well, we spent a lot of time, as people might have know in previous videos. We had the only stipulation was the fixed bed, and then we went away with cardboard boxes, and so we think, or we hope, we've got the layout as we want it. So probably wouldn't change too much.
We wanted the sofa to be able to face the door, so the door could be open in nice weather. And
I mean, there are tweaks that we've done. We've put an extra shelf in for worktop that clips up. But yeah,
that's about it, isn't it?
like anything, you're always tweaking
It's a
when
van,
you see
people
something,
do.
some other idea.
Right, Messy Jessie from Facebook asks, I found your channel and have been binge watching your trips. Which has been the best so far, and which would you like to repeat, if any?
They've been very different, haven't they?
They have. I've enjoyed them all.
I've enjoyed them all for different reasons. Scotland was brilliant, but it was a road trip. It wasn't. We didn't stop in one place for long enough to really explore it. Cornwall, which we're halfway through the videos, possibly, I loved Cornwall. We've always liked Cornwall anyway. It's but we've discovered so many new places down there this time. We've done less of the touristy stuff, which has been really good, hasn't it? And Yorkshire Dales, we've not been to the Yorkshire Dales, or I certainly hadn't before. So that was there's. Which would we repeat? I'd go back to Scotland, but not as a road trip.
Well, that was meant to be a road trip.
It was meant to
a
be,
500-mile road trip, wasn't it? So yeah, explore a bit more of the of Scotland.
Yeah.
I'd go back to the Yorkshire Dales and perhaps go further over to the North York Moors, that area. Wales and Anglesey.
Yeah, there's so many places to discover
We
in this
haven't
country.
been down to the southeast, really.
No, we've mentioned going to
Norfolk,
Dorset,
Suffolk.
and I've never been to Weymouth.
You've never been to Weymouth. I might take you there one day.
Sussex, Suffolk, Norfolk. There's so many places to go yet.
She also said she watched Camp Off-Grid video. Was the camp a one-off, and will you be doing it again?
It was originally just going to be a one-off, but we've had so many people ask us to do it again that we are doing it again next year. Same location, and The dates are the 15th to the 17th of May, I think. £3 per person per night. Dog friendly. Dogs are free. Kids under 16 are free. We're not making any profit from it. It's just what we're paying the farmer. That's what he's asked for, £3 per person per night. And hopefully it'll be as much fun as this year's.
I am Jake asks, where next?
Well,
The Lake District.
yeah, the Lake District is the next one in a couple of weeks' time, along with Pippa and Billy
From Billy's Little Big Adventure channel.
But after that, again, we
Start planning for next year, but
yeah.
Keith will come home from work and I'll tell him where we're going.
I get no say in it.
Getaway Geese asks, have you been going on the road for some time? Is it getting easier or harder to find places to wild or free camp? Also, what places that you have visited before would you definitely go back to, which I think you've already answered.
We're still finding places relatively easy.
Yeah.
A couple of nights down in Cornwall.
We're a bit hairy, weren't we?
Well, no, I would say a couple of nights in Cornwall we were starting to look late for park ups, and it was starting. The weather was changing. It was getting darker, and we're getting a bit of frustration. We couldn't find anywhere to go. So
it's always when we're hungry, so we get a bit hangry with it as well and start knocking at each other.
Yeah, but we always manage somewhere.
Yeah, we're not really struggled anywhere, have we?
There's only the one night that we ended up on that common, and it was pitch black when we actually
when we arrived.
This'll do.
If we get moved on, we get moved on. Yeah. What was the other bit? Sorry. Where would we go back? We've answered. Yeah,
you've already answered. Yeah. And there's actually another one you've already answered, which is from Carl Jones, which says, apart from work, what are the main reasons that you haven't gone full time, which you've also already answered.
Thank you. Right, so Alex McCleary asks, would you ever consider a motorhome over a converted van?
No. No. Basically because
price.
Well, price, yeah, and they're not. It's just a caravan. A converted van, you've done it your way, how you want it, or most of the time anyway, unless you bought one that's already been done by someone else.
The experience of Gadget John. They bought a coach-built one, and he thought he could do better,
and he's improved it.
He found places in the van that was dead space. He's utilised that, and
he's found more mistakes in it as well, from wiring to all sorts. So no, we've said this before to people, if we won the lottery and we got the chance to buy anything, we'd still buy a van and convert it if we needed to get rid of this one.
Sarah Vivaro asks, I love watching your videos and how much freedom Rum and Tor have got. What made you decide to get a third dog, and will it make things more difficult travelling with such a young dog?
It doesn't make it any it's not. Start again. It's not difficult with the third dog. We're very fortunate that he settles down, goes to sleep when he's travelling. He wasn't sure when we first picked him up, but he's travels very well. He's very quickly picked up being house trained, so there's no real issues there. He lets us know when he needs to go out. Why do we get one?
Because Keith wanted one.
Daryl showed me a photograph and said, how about, and it was local, so we went and had a look, and we fell in love with him.
We've always had 3 or 4 collies, and we lost our third collie, who's Tor's mum, a couple of years ago now. And you've always said since, haven't you, it'd be nice to have another, it'd be nice to have another. And I've been like, no, two's easy.
We had 5 at one stage.
We have had 5.
That was silly.
That was daft. But you know what it's like. You look and you see things.
Well, you do, because I don't go and react with it.
And we saw this litter of puppies, and it was local to us. Or we were at the caravan, and it was local to us. So we thought, well, we'll go and have a look. And you know what it's like. It's fatal. And he just chose us like puppies always do. No, it won't make it any harder.
Neil Astbury asks, is there anything that you feel you have done wrong with your conversion? Any major mistakes? and anything that you plan on changing now.
The main mistake that we did really was we've got lights, LED lights, brilliant, all wired in, but they're behind the curtains. So a bit of a faux pas there. But then we've got where are they? I don't know. These lights, which are basically a power pack as well. If this one's got any power in it, yeah. And we've got metal plates around, and we just plonk them onto the side of the.
We don't use any of the internal lights
no,
anymore, do we? Really?
These are brilliant. And Dave, one man is Whippet, put us onto these, and they're brilliant.
We've got three of them now. And they work. They last for ages as well. Yeah, we did find another major mistake after Cornwall.
We did. The mattress. There's no ventilation under the mattress. I've just we put boarding across,
which was me not mentioning it really to Keith, because I had read time and again you'd need ventilation under your mattress, and
we didn't think about it.
We'll be all right.
So when we got back from Cornwall, we noticed a bit of mildew.
We started to get a bit of a smell, haven't we?
A bit of mildew under the mattress, so we had to wash that off.
Yeah, and then you were
think
going to start drilling holes, weren't you?
Yeah, we were going to drill a load of holes in it and see where we got to. But you found this material on the internet, which is basically a plastic spring.
Use it in ships and boats.
Leaves a bit of airspace between the bottom of the mattress and the boarding, and that's supposed to work. So we only put it in
before this weekend away.
So we'll have to see how that goes.
So that was probably it. Change anything? Was it the last part?
Yeah, we should change anything.
Like we say, you're always changing things little by little, but major, no, don't think so. No.
Okay, last question. Gary and Marie ask, which breakdown service are you with? And if you have had to use them, would you change or stick with them? Just looking for recommendations.
We were talking about this last night.
Yeah. Auto Aid. We scoured the internet, and Darryl came up with this company Auto Aid. One of the cheapest that we found.
£59 for the joint membership
on any vehicle, and that's with relay and everything. We did have to pull them out in Cornwall. We had a flat battery. They were there in 20 minutes or so.
20 minutes, yeah.
And the people we spoke to on the phone were more than helpful, concerned, making sure that everything was, they did everything that they could to get things organised. A local garage came up. They were really good, really helpful.
They were willing to relay us back to Nottingham from Cornwall if it was a major
necessary.
problem. If it was necessary, I mean, we knew it was a flat battery, but
yeah. So Auto Aid, I couldn't really praise them enough, really. So
a hell of a lot cheaper than major breakdown services. So yeah, we'd recommend them. We'll stick with them up to now, anyway.
That's it.
That's it.
That's your lot.
Well.
Hope that helps. Hope that answers your questions. If you've got any more, just ask. We're willing to answer them. And there'll always be a collie in the video.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Pip.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin.